Hey everyone, ready to explore the next frontier of AI? Imagine a world where web-based agents don't just answer questions, but actually navigate websites, complete purchases, and schedule appointments for you. No human supervision needed. After seeing OpenAI's Operator and Anthropic's AI systems, now Amazon has stepped up with Amazon Nova, an autonomous web browsing agent built on their own Nova ecosystem. In the first video, you'll see Nova Act perform tasks like searching for apartments, clicking buttons, and even calculating commute time. It works by breaking big requests into smaller steps, all running in a Python-friendly environment. This is Amazon's big move in the race for truly autonomous digital assistants.
There will be more AI agents than people browsing the web, doing tasks on our behalf. That's why we built Nova Act, an SDK designed for developers to build and deploy web agents that actually work. Look, it's not going to be too long until these agents can land spacecraft, but we're not there yet in reliability. Nova Act meets the models where they are, by allowing developers to break down complex jobs into clear steps that the model can follow, giving you granular control without the babysitting. Let's see Nova in action.
Guiding the model is as easy as making an ACT call, which translates natural language into actions on the screen. You can chain multiple ACT calls together to construct increasingly complicated workflows. This blockwise approach makes workflows more consistent, accurate, and reliable. In this example, we'll use Nova Act to find our dream apartment. We're searching for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in Redwood City. Here, we've given our first ACT call to the agent. It's going to break down how to complete this task, considering the outcome of each step as it plans the next one. Behind the scenes, this is all powered by a specialized version of Amazon Nova, trained for high reliability on UI tasks.
We designed the SDK to integrate seamlessly with all your favorite Python tools and libraries, making it easier to do cool stuff. All right, we see a bunch of rentals on the screen, so let's grab them using a structured extract. We'll define a Pydantic class and ask the agent to return JSON matching that schema. For my commute, I want to know the biking distance to the nearest Caltrain station for each of these results. Let's define a helper function. Add biking distance will take in an apartment and then use Google Maps to calculate the distance. Now, I don't want to wait for each of these searches to complete one by one, so let's do this in parallel. Since this is Python, we can just use a thread pool to spin up multiple browsers, one for each address. Finally, I'll use pandas to turn all these results into a table and sort by biking time to the Caltrain station. We've checked this script into the samples folder of our GitHub repo, so feel free to give it a try.
And this is only one example. The SDK is yours to explore. So dive in and see what's possible with Nova Act. We're really excited to see what you'll build.
In the second video, we dive deeper into how Amazon Nova Act pulls this off. Reliability is everything. They show how the AI breaks each task into tiny actions, clicking a button, choosing a date, or typing into a field, just like a human would. These small steps form the building blocks of more complex tasks. Requesting time off, setting up auto-replies, you name it. By perfecting each micro-action, Amazon ensures Nova can handle bigger workflows without a hitch.
An agent isn't very useful if it only works some of the time. We're focused on making Nova Act reliable at executing the building blocks that make up workflows. We're teaching our agent to have the same intuitions about screens that we have. This means intuitively interacting with UI elements like icons, forms, search fields, date pickers, and drop-down menus. Let's see an example of how to combine these building blocks. Here's a workflow where my colleague requested some time off by stringing together a few simple ACT commands. First, Nova Act will set up a calendar hold. It breaks this task down step by step, typing into open text fields, picking the right date, and selecting from dropdowns. Each step starts with a thought. The thought considers what it sees on the screen along with the best next step to accomplish the goal. Then, based on that thought, it takes an action. Now that Nova Act completed the first task, it'll set up an automatic email reply. Notice the same kinds of UI elements and atomic actions. These make up the foundation for navigating the entire web and using any kind of software, which is why we've focused on training our agent to be reliable on these building blocks. Finally, Nova Act will submit a leave request. In this case, we've already logged in with our credentials, so it can submit the request seamlessly. Here we're seeing a third context where the same basic ingredients can be recombined to complete our task. This was just one of the many routine workflows that we think Nova Act can help with on a daily basis. These can be simple things like booking meeting rooms, or more complex things like filing expense reports. These tasks add up, so by using Nova Act to take care of them, you can free yourself to focus on the things that really matter.
Next up is a demonstration of Nova's scheduling superpowers. Once you've trained it on a task, like ordering your favorite salad or filling out a form, it can run automatically on a set schedule. You don't need to do anything else. In their example, Nova gets the same salad delivered every Tuesday, completely hands-free. They even show it running in headless mode, which is just a fancy way of saying it works behind the scenes without showing anything on screen. Finally, they share a fun example of how you can put Amazon Nova to work for you. From everyday tasks to more sophisticated automation, Nova is pushing the boundaries of what AI can do on the web. Stay tuned for more updates as Amazon continues to innovate in this rapidly evolving
Have
field.
to babysit your automation. It's not really an automation. That's why reliability is the core of everything that we have built. Once you got your workflow up and running, you can easily switch on the headless mode and even set it to run at your own schedule. Let's take a look at how simple and powerful this can be. I get the same salad delivered every Tuesday night. So I wanted to see if Novak could make this any easier. I put together a workflow and used a cron job to run it on a schedule. I love the shumami, so I instructed the model to search for it and add it to my cart. The agent scrolls to find the right bowl, adds it to my bag, and even does the checkout for me. And just like that, my dinner arrives at my doorstep right on time without me lifting a finger. That was the on screen version, but switching to a headless mode is as simple as flipping a switch. Check out other version of a script for yourself on our GitHub repo and explore other ways Nova can work for you.
Next, let's take a look at a fun example that you can use your Amazon Nova AI agent for.
We've imagined a lot of possibilities for Nova Act, from booking appointments to automating QA testing. Now, we're excited to see what you can build and all the crazy, goofy, out-of-the-box things you can imagine. When I was trying out Nova Act, I wanted to do something silly. So I found this fun pigeon battling game, opened up interactive mode, and quickly wrote a few sentences instructing the agent to assign stats to our pigeon, then go battle other pigeons. Now, we definitely didn't train our model to excel at pigeon tournaments, so I wasn't sure if this would actually work. To my surprise, Nova Act successfully assigned all the stat points, even adding 1 point to defense. It then defeated 2 pigeons in a row and eventually evolved into a huge muscular pigeon. Now it's your turn to explore, and we can't wait to see what you create.